For established big leaguers, spring training is just a time to get in shape. But for non-roster invitees, this is a time that can change the course of their careers. In today's video, I'll be talking about 7 hitters who had great spring trainings and boosted their stocks. Now, you're not going to see guys who are established big leaguers, but guys who had great springs that helped make the team, or guys that helped boost their stocks. Now, keep in mind that this is just my opinion and these rankings are not in order. Anyway, let's get into the video. So someone who I think had a great spring was Andrew Vaughn. In 56 at-bats, Vaughn had a .268 batting average, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and an .816 OPS. Now, I know that these aren't the greatest numbers, especially considering that most spring training at-bats are against minor league talent. But for me, the reason why Vaughn is on this list is because he played his way onto the team and possibly into the starting designated hitter spot or the left fielder spot for a contending team. Not to mention that as a 22-year-old, he might make the team. Vaughn was originally the 3rd overall pick in the 2019 draft out of the University of California. Vaughn currently ranks as MLB Pipeline's number 14 overall prospect in baseball. He was no doubt ready for the big leagues and gets to start his career as a 22-year-old. Next up on this list is Cincinnati Reds prospect Jonathan India. This spring, India had a .333 batting average, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and a 157 OPS in 42 at-bats. If India's name sounds familiar, it is because he was originally drafted as the 5th overall pick in the 2018 draft by the Reds. One of the reasons why he's in this category is because he went into spring training not being projected to make the team. Now, Eugenio Suarez will probably be the Reds' starting shortstop for most of the season, but because of India's versatility, he will find lots of playing time and maybe even play himself into the starting shortstop role. Next up on this list is Rule 5 pick Akil Badu. In 37 at-bats this spring, Badu had a great .324 batting average with 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, and a 1.17 OPS. Now, it is a small sample size against mediocre competition, but Badu had a great spring and got himself on a roll on a team where he will get lots of playing time. And maybe he will struggle because despite his potential, the Twins did leave him off their 40-man this offseason. But he is 22 years old and is currently ranked as the 24th best prospect in a deep Tigers system. And this spring, he finally showcased what the Twins saw in him when they selected him with the 74th overall pick in the 2016 draft. He hit for average, had good power, and he stole a few bags as well. Overall, Badu is one of the biggest winners of the offseason as he went off from being left off the Twins' 40-man to a big league roster spot. Earlier in this video, I did mention that there would be no established big leaguers on this list. And that is why you're not going to see Josh Bell or Mike Trout in this video. But I am including Josh Peterson in this list. While he is an established big leaguer, he signed with the Cubs so he could hit against righties and lefties alike. Why this is important is because throughout his career, he has extreme platoon stats where he struggled tremendously against lefties. And this season is a showcase for him to show that he can perform well against every kind of pitcher. And yeah, I know, Peterson is a veteran of 7 seasons and most of the competition he faced was against guys who have never touched the bigs. But still, his stats were incredible. In 43 at-bats, he had a .372 batting average with 8 home runs, 17 RBIs, and an incredible 1.429 OPS. Those are some incredible numbers, and he still produced well against lefties. Time will only tell if he succeeds, but so far, so good. Next up is a former 36th round pick who is now going to be on the same team as Mike Trout. And this man is Jose Rojas. Rojas was a former 36th round pick by the Angels in 2016. Since making his professional debut, all Rojas has done is hit. While steadily climbing the minor league ladder, he had a full season in AAA ball and hit a great .293 average with 31 home runs. The only issue is that in the Pacific Coast League, everyone hit .293 with 31 home runs. But this spring training, all the extra work Rojas did has finally paid off as he beat out fellow infielders Luis Rengifo and Franklin Barreto for a spot on the big league team. Most guys who are above average players and hit 30 home runs in 2018 usually get more than a minor league deal on a bad team. But for someone like CJ Cron, this was the case. With Ian Desmond opting out of the 2021 season, the Rockies had room to sign Cron to a minor league deal. Cron entered camp competing against fellow first baseman Josh Fuentes and Greg Bird. Crone had the best spring of the three and was one of the best players in all of spring training. In 47 at-bats, Crone had a .340 average with 4 home runs and 7 RBIs. He exhibited the raw power that helped him to hit 118 home runs to date. And with Crone's bat in Coors Field, he will be fun to watch. For someone who was unsigned and had to settle for a minor league deal this spring training to win the first baseman job with the Rockies, Crone is easily a winner on this list. And last but certainly not least is Bobby Witt Jr. Now, every hitter on this list all made the big league team except for Witt. But that's certainly not his fault, as he's only 20 with his only experience in rookie ball. But this spring training, Witt was just as good as established big league hitters, as he had .298 with 3 crushed home runs and 7 RBIs. And while he did not make the big league team and might start the season in A-ball, he's a winner on this list because he showed that he is not too far from the bigs. After he was drafted, he didn't light up the minors on fire, and he did not get to redeem himself because of the lost minor league season. And for some hardcore baseball fans, they may have even forgotten about him. And this is why he's a winner on this list, because he has reestablished himself as Kansas City's next stud. If you guys have enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe and tell me what you think of these hitters spring training in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.